Hi guys, so today I have a slightly different video for you. I felt like on my channel I wanted to do some kind of like series and I couldn't really think of what to do. I did a long time ago do haunted histories, which was where I kind of went into the history behind something. I did do a whole video about the history behind the Addams family, but being a student I don't have a ton of time to go and research and find all about the history of different things. I thought I'd start a different series with something that I've had sat on my shelf for about 3 years now. I saw someone haul this about 3 years ago on YouTube. I can't even remember who it was now, but I ended up going and buying it. I think it cost me around £10, but I just thought it was such a cool concept. I did do this for a while, so if you do like look back in it, I have actually filled it in from back in like 2014 and 2015, but I've never actually gone from the beginning to the end. So I should probably explain what this is. This is a Q&A a day. So basically it gives you a question for every single day of the year. And as you can see, I did actually fill it in quite a lot. But every single day it gives you a question and you just basically answer it. It's a bit like a diary. But the best thing about it, although it has a date, it doesn't have a specific like day, so like it doesn't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so it's not specific to any year. And then it says 20 and then it's got a dash, so you can fill this in 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this could potentially last you until 2021 if you were to fill it in every single day. If you go back, I filled it in 2015, and then where I started doing this one I've got 2017. I think it's so cool because for the next 5 years you can see if your answer is the same, and definitely looking back from answers that I gave back in 2015, my answers have changed quite dramatically. So here is what the book looks like. It just is quite a plain brown book. I really quite like the aesthetic of it. It's just brown. It didn't come with like a dust cover or anything, but it is a hardback. And it says 365 questions, 5 years, 1,825 answers, and a question a day. And this is by a make called Potter Style. You'll have to ignore this nice stain on the front. Nothing stays pristine in my hands. It does have a gorgeous kind of gold trim to it. So I thought I could potentially make this a series, and every like month or so just make a video about what my answers would be. I love doing Q&A videos, but for you guys coming up with questions, I know it can be a little bit tricky. So this kind of provides the questions for us, and it means every sort of month or so I can put out a somewhat Q&A video. So I thought I'd delve straight in. Today is the 23rd or 24th. And on the front page it has this little quote which I thought I'd share with you because I thought it was quite like sort of a thought-provoking one. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. So to me that kind of says you're in control of your own future and how things go. So I'm going to start with January the 1st and work through until we get to today's date. So the first one is, what is your mission? So my mission for this year is to complete this series. I know that sounds like a really stupid mission, but I met my New Year's resolution of last year, which was to get up to 1,000 subscribers on here. I actually got up to 2,000, so I was pretty pleased with myself. So I'm going to keep within that kind of reachable range and say I'm going to try and do this throughout the year. If that means I'm going to miss a month and end up doing a video of 2 months worth of questions, I will still have reached my mission. So January 2nd, can people change? I think yes, people can change, but I don't think people can change suddenly. For example, I don't feel like you can wake up one day and be a completely different person, but I definitely feel through my own experience as well that throughout time people do change very subtly and slowly, but it does happen. But it's pretty inevitable that people are going to change because we get older. When I look back to myself like 10 years ago, I was such a different person. The 3rd of January, what are you reading right now? Right now, if I can find it, I have just started this book, which is called The Nowhere Emporium. Now this is based more towards teenagers, but it's something which I started reading for uni anyway, and I loved it. And really kindly someone from my uni lent it to me to read because they said it was amazing. Apparently it has very similar imagery to like Harry Potter and things like that, but it's very interesting, very mystical. I also but that the best series I have read so far this year is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. If you guys would like a book review, please do let me know because that series was amazing. So January 4th is the best part of the day. I put seeing my kitten because I do spend a lot of time away from home, and when I come home and see my lovely fluffy kitten, it makes my day so much better. So January the 5th, what was the last restaurant you went to? The last restaurant I went to was called the Spice Lounge, which is kind of like an Indian restaurant, and we went there for my sister's engagement party, and it was an all you can eat and I ate way too much. So January the 6th, today was tough because and I put Uni and also Molly. So Molly is my other half's dog, and she is very, very ill at the moment. She's been getting progressively worse, and unfortunately we've got the news that she's going to be put down very soon, so of course that makes things quite tough for us. January the 7th, are you lucky? How so and how not so? I'd say that I'm a little bit of both. I'm unlucky when it comes to my car. My car is continuously breaking. Like, I'll get something fixed and something else will happen, and then I'll get that fixed and something else is happening. It's like an ongoing battle. My car isn't even really that old either. It's just, I'm just generally unlucky when it comes to it. And on the flip side, I feel like I'm quite a lucky person. In some way, we kind of create our own luck anyway. So I'd say overall, I'd say I'm more on the lucky side than unlucky. So January the 8th, what song is stuck in your head? And I just put Sweet Dreams Are Made of These because obviously that was stuck in my head. So January the 9th, the question was today typical? Why or why not? And I put no/yes. Because my timetable at university changes every single day. I have no week that is exactly the same. Constantly things are different. I've got different lessons. I put no because it wasn't like necessarily typical, but then yes because that's typical of uni to continuously keep changing our timetable. So on January the 10th, the question was write down something that inspired you today. I put The Midnight Crafter. I think this is because this was around the time that she was uploading her like room videos, and it really inspired me to go out and shop, as well as do my cross stitch, which I'm sure by now you're probably completely sick about hearing about. I didn't say today you lost. I always think this is a super hard question to answer unless you've actually lost something, but it turns out I did actually lose my memory card on that day, and I was going slightly crazy, but do not worry, I did find it, otherwise I wouldn't be here. January the 12th, what's your favourite accessory? And I put a good old bat necklace. You can't go wrong with a bat necklace. I also put my bat plug earring, which is pretty much my favourite earring to wear on this side. It is so comfy. I was actually shown these earrings by one of you amazing people. I did mean to make a whole video about them, but I actually lost one of them because I do only wear it in this ear and I accidentally lost the other one. So if the other one does show up, I will do a video. Otherwise, I feel like it's a little bit bad for me to make a video about something that I've lost half of. January the 13th says, where would you like to travel next? I would really love to travel to America next. One of my amazing friends, they are getting married in October in America. She sent me an invite even though like we both know it's pretty much impossible for me to get over there, especially being a student, and secondly because it kind of clashes with all of my studies. But I would absolutely love to go over to America, especially in October. January the 14th says, are you a leader or a follower? I just wrote that I'm me because I wouldn't say that I'm exactly a leader because I feel like there's certain parts of me which other people just don't understand, but I wouldn't really say I'm a follower either because I definitely don't know anyone else who is this addicted to bats than I am. January the 15th, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was your lunch today? I put 0 because I didn't even have lunch that day, so that was an absolutely boring question. Today I had sweet corn and tuna and sweet corn salad for lunch. But January 16th said, do you owe anyone money and does someone owe you? So I owe Vodafone £36.50 and that is for my phone contract. I've literally just changed it so it's coming out of a different bank account and they're making a right palaver out of it and it hasn't come out of my account yet. So technically I owe them £36.50, although it's not my fault, it's just because I think they're going to take it next month. And yes, someone does owe me money. I'm owed money for babysitting. Babysitting is my only way of funding my life at the moment, so I do a lot of it, and some people like to pay me direct into my account, which I don't mind, but sometimes they forget to pay me for ages and they end up owing me money. The next one is, what is the oldest thing that you're wearing today? And I bought a t-shirt from my first year at college, which is a motionless and white one, which I wonder if I have. Ready for the wash, but it's this t-shirt. As you can see, it's like completely faded black. It's more like grey now, but it is this old motionless and white t-shirt. I think it was the first motionless and white t-shirt I ever bought. It's like horrendously deodorant stained and everything, but it's like one of my favourite t-shirts still. And it has kind of shrunk a bit, which I really don't mind because when I got it, it was way too oversized. January 18th said, what was peaceful about today? I put walking in the forest. If any of you don't know, I literally live in a forest. Like, my house like backs onto a forest. The whole area I live in is like surrounded by forest. You can't really get away from it, but I still do find it very relaxing and peaceful walking through the forest. I also put that I was up straight with uni work, which is a very peaceful kind of feeling to know that you don't have anything pressing that you need to do. January 19th said, list 3 foods that you ate today. I just put cheese, cheese and cheese because obviously I ate a lot of cheese on the 19th of January. January the 20th says, are you holding a grudge and what about? At the moment I'm holding a tiny whiny little grudge about a certain shop. I'm not going to mention their names because I'm not the kind of person to try and make too much drama, but I have contacted a few people about this just because I know that they are also like customers of her. I paid out about £300 for some handcrafted things to be made for me. Paid this back in June or July, like ages ago now, and it was through Etsy. I've been sent some things by this seller, so I know that they're not completely like a fraud, but I did give them a lot of money and I did not get anything to show from it. I have been waiting since June, July. They said that they posted it early October and it's still not here. I tried to go through Etsy, but the person who had sent it had lied and said that they sent it in June, July, which is when I actually paid, not when it was sent off. So they think that I've like left it too long for me to actually like claim anything back, which I think is pretty ridiculous for the fact that like really I've only left it since October, and it's only kind of now that I've realised that it's probably not coming. The reason I'm holding a grudge is not only because I haven't been sent these items and not received them, but it's more the way that the person dealt with it. When I asked, I literally just asked, please can I have a proof of postage, and they went mental. Like I have screenshotted some of their conversations for my own records, like if it needs to be taken further or anything. But she went crazy and she started talking about how like horrible I am as a person and how like it was so horrible that I had like said I'd make a video about her things and I never did, but they never arrived, so how was I meant to make a video if these things never arrived? Anyway, it turned very, very nasty. I am still in like the process of talking to Etsy, but Etsy have pretty much written it off now because they said like, oh well, she said she posted it so it should be here by now, and it's just like going slightly crazy, but I'm trying not to let it get me down. It's just a lesson learned and money lost, so there's no point crying over spilt milk. January the 21st was, what are you looking forward to? I sound like a right old lady here. I've put my new cross stitch because I've ordered a new cross stitch and it should be coming very soon, so I'm very excited. January the 22nd said, are you seeking security or adventure? Currently, like I'm really looking forward to moving out. I know it's still like 3 years down the line, but I'm so excited. I can't move out until I've got my degree, which I'm doing a 3-year course, so I have to kind of wait till that's done and then until I have actually got a secure job and then I start getting paid. Then I can start looking at moving out. I don't want to rent or anything. I want to go straight out and get a mortgage. Once I'm qualified, me and my other half's like salary will be fine to buy a house. But I've kind of written that it's sort of both because I'm looking forward to the adventure of moving out, but also like the security of having my own place and having my own home and having everything how I want it to be. January the 23rd says, do you need a break and from what? I put this cold because I have a cold and I've literally had this cold for so long now. It's been in my system since like before Christmas, but it's been like really on and off. I feel like I'm actually coming out of it now. I feel like I'm getting slightly better. I've still got a bit of a blocked nose and a sore throat, but I'm definitely not feeling so like bleh. I'm feeling a lot better, but I do want it to go away. And the last one I'm going to answer today is, if you're going to start your own company, what would it be? If I was to start my own company, it would definitely be some kind of handmade company where I hand make like bat toys and bat jewelry and Halloween decorations. It'd be super spooky. I would love to do that. It's just like the time and the money. I'd love to make my own jewelry. I don't know how much like demand there is like out there because I am like surrounded by spooky things. I can pretty much like normally find what I'm looking for. I was kind of thinking of making a haunted box for you guys, which I don't know, like I didn't want to do merch. I feel like that's a bit self-centered. I thought doing like a little haunted box, which I guess is a bit like the Spooky Box Club, but you order it and it's just full of like spooky things which are kind of to do with this channel, but that is probably like an idea for 100 years down the line, as again I don't really know how much people would really want that. So hopefully I will see you again for another episode I don't know what people call this, another round of questions. I hope to see you in around a month, but I may see you in 2 months depending on how much work I have on and how much I procrastinate. But hopefully I'll see you soon with some more of these questions. So if you've got any of your own questions or comments, please leave them below. I will also see if I can find a link to this book. I know I bought it ages ago, but I'm pretty sure there's still some hanging around on Amazon or something. So if you're interested in that, I will leave it down in the description. Thank you for watching. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!